Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am very excited because this is going to be my very first review for the channel, and I'm a little nervous but also excited. So let's start. Today I'm going to be reviewing Rise of the Ranger, and I hope I'm saying it right, by Philip Quintrell. And this is the first book in the Echoes saga, which has a total of 9 books divided into 3 trilogies. And I don't know if each trilogy has its own story or if they're all connected to each other. I'm not sure about that. But so the story. 1,000 years before the events in the book, we had there was this war between good elves and dark elves, and the good elves won. No spoilers here. They won by freezing the dark elves in this city. So they are frozen in time. The main bad guy is frozen in time, and after that the good elves decide to leave this continent. I forgot the name. They decide to leave because the humans because the humans are fighting against the dragons. There is another war, and the elves are tired because actually they're peaceful. They don't want to fight, so they decide to leave. And again, no spoilers here. The humans win the war against the dragons. How? I'm not sure, but they win. And some of the dragons manage to escape. But otherwise, for centuries, it's only humans on this continent. Up until when this book starts. And the good elves, I say good because well, if you read the book, you will understand. But the good elves want to go back to their original kingdom, let's say, because they think the humans might free the dark elves, the big bad guy. So they want to go back, and they want to stop them from doing so. But they also want to basically kill all the humans. And we have 3 different groups of elves. One of them is Princess Reina, I guess, and she is sent as an ambassador to form an alliance with one of the kingdoms, one of the human kingdoms. And she has like an official mission, right? And then we also have I forgot his name. I have some notes, but I didn't write the names. Well, he's a really skilled fighter, and he's sent to this island, to this school where humans learn about magic. And originally humans could not use magic, but the elves actually taught them how to. And now, after 1,000 years, the humans are studying by themselves. And so this other elf is sent to this school, and he also has a mission there, but I'm not going to say anything about it because it's just spoilers. And then the third elf we have is the queen. Her name is Adilandra, I think. I think that's how you pronounce these names. And she disagrees with her husband. You know, her husband wants to conquer the humans, but she believes that the dark elf will come back anyway, that by killing the humans nothing is going to change. So she has a mission. It's like a secret mission, just by herself and a few other elves. And I don't know if I can say it. I'm not going to say it just in case it's spoilery, but yeah, she has a mission to find like a weapon to kill the dark elf that's still frozen in that city. So these are the three elves perspective, and then we also get point of views of humans. And again, we have three humans. The first one is Asher, and he's probably like the main character or the character I thought would be the main one because he's the ranger in the title, Rise of the Ranger. And he has a very interesting past that I'm not going to tell you, even though it's in the prologue, so you will learn about it quite soon. But it's interesting to see it by yourselves. And he has an interesting past, and he was also part, this I can tell you, he was part of this group of assassins called the Arakash, and they're really cool assassins. They they fight with their eyes covered because they drink these elixir that makes them really strong when it's dark. It's completely dark, so they fight with their eyes closed, covered, and it's just super cool. It's such a cool idea, and they're really strong, really powerful. It's just so hard to kill them, and he was one of them until he left and he became a ranger. And of course everybody's looking for him because you cannot leave these group of assassins peacefully. And then he is summoned by one of the kings, one of the human kings, and he's given an important mission. Then we have Nathaniel. He is a greycoat. Greycoats are like soldiers, but they're not allied with any of the kingdoms. They're kind of independent, but they serve all the kingdoms. As long as they pay them, they serve all the kingdoms. So yeah, he's the one who has to find Asher and bring it to this king. I forgot the name of the king or the kingdom, but yeah. So these two characters meet quite early in the book, and I like their interactions. It was nice. It was a good friendship. And then the third human we see is Gideon. So Gideon is a mage. So he's in that school where the elf went for a mission. I don't want to say anything about Gideon because I think all his POV is full of spoilers, I guess. But what I can say is that he was my favorite character in the book because he's very familiar. So he's a student, he's a mage, and he's quite powerful, but he's not very good at following rules, and you know his entire POV just felt very familiar, and so it was my favorite. So we have three elves, we have three humans, but we have one more POV, which is one of the dark elves, Aldidir, and he is not the main bad guy, but he's like a commander. I don't know, something similar, and he's trying to get his master, the main bad guy, to come back from the spell. And so it was interesting to see the bad guys, their perspective. It's always interesting when that happens in fantasy. I guess his POV was not my favorite. It was a bit boring sometimes, but it was still interesting to see his point of view. So as you can see, we have a lot of POVs in this book, and that might make it a bit slow at the beginning because all these characters, they have their own missions and they have other characters around them, so you have so many names to remember, so many places, and it can be a little bit confusing, I think. In my opinion, it wasn't that confusing. maybe a little bit at first, but I got used to it, and then I guess like 50%, many of the characters, many of the POVs get together. So by the time you get to the end of the book, you still have 7 POVs, but you're following like three or four different storylines. It's not 7 different 4 storylines. So yeah, after 50%, it gets a bit better and a bit easier to follow. So yeah, if you're okay with multiple POVs and kind of a slow beginning, you should totally try this book, because it has a lot of uh, elements that fantasy readers really love. We have elves, we have magic, we have dragons. Uh, there are so many fighting scenes. There's a lot of action, which is why I don't say it's slow, because there's a lot of action even at the beginning. People are always fighting in this book, always fighting. So yeah, I think you don't get bored reading this book. So I don't really have bad things to say about it. So yeah, if you're interested, definitely give it a try. And if you read it and you want to tell me what you thought about it, just leave a comment, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.